Chapter 2. Released from the hospital, Baxter was transported to a rehabilitation center that came highly recommended. It's fantastic, top notch with an excellent staff and therapists suited for your progress, the doc assured him. By the way Doc Martin went on, Baxter was expecting the Taj Mahal and was a bit disappointed when they wheeled him through the lobby on the stretcher, and the glimpses he caught weren't anything extraordinary. The scent was a dead giveaway that this was a nursing home, a place he never thought he'd be residing in for another 40 plus years. He was rolled down corridors of lefts and rights, then swung into a room where he was gingerly placed onto a bed. When the medics exited, a middle-aged woman entered and sat in the chair beside him. "Welcome to Crystal Springs Health and Living, Mr. Bennings," she said with a warm smile. "We hope your stay here is pleasant and adequate to help you." Baxter, up at the butt crack of dawn, or so it seemed, was bathed by Steve, the orderly then dressed. "No hot ladies for this job?" Baxter quipped. "What? You don't find me sexy?" Steve retorted as he raised the patient off the bed and into the chair. "Maybe a little less facial and body hair and I'd consider. Those," he said as he placed the GI tube to the elongated hook. "I can shave off. I was afraid you meant my six-pack that's turned into a keg," and followed it up with a hearty, robust laugh while making sure Baxter's paper-bootied feet were in place on the footplates. "I've never looked at a person's size because it's what's in the heart that counts. Big or small and in between, I like them all. Beauty is within." "So true," Steve said as he unlocked the brakes. "Ready or the grantor?" The corridor was wide. Rails and decorative chair molding lined the walls, painted in a sunflower yellow, and replicated scenic floral paintings hung between room doors, making the hallway bright, pleasing, and calm. "How long have you been doing this?" "Going on, well, about a decade, and couldn't ask for a better career. I'm a people person. I adore the residents here, and the long-term ones become just like family to me." Baxter heard a creaking door and saw a matte chrome walker exiting a room. "Morning, Miss Myrtle," Steve called out. "Hey there," she said, her frail frame exiting her doorway. She looked up at the statuesque orderly and formed a warm yet crooked smile, then looked down at the person in the wheelchair. Her eyes widened, the crooked smile stretched to open, and she screeched like a broken whistle as she stumbled back, the walker teetering on two legs, one leg, two legs, one very shaky leg, and all four went up as she fell back. Still screaming, this time in pain, she sputtered words between: "Evil, monster, demon, God, save me, Lord, protect me, sweet Jesus." Steve rushed past Baxter as other nurses dashed down the hall. "It's okay, Myrtle. Take it easy, honey," Steve comforted her. "What happened?" the ginger nurse asked. "Myrtle, are you okay?" "There's a monster out there," she shrieked. "Are you hurt?" the ginger nurse asked as she tenderly patted Myrtle's legs and arms, checking for breaks. "Monster, monster, monster." Myrtle continued to screech like a mangled siren. Alone in the corridor, all help catering to soothe the terrified elderly woman, Baxter was at a loss on what to do. Her shrill voice was breaking in and out of his ears, distorting his thoughts and rationalization. He wasn't sure if he could maneuver this wheelchair he was abandoned in, but he needed to get away from the noise. He grasped the thick rubber tire and pushed back unevenly and was turned toward the wall. His arms were only half as muscular as they used to be. What strength he had was withered. He could easily hold up his Harley Davidson a couple months ago and hoist the heavily weighted barbells at the fitness club like they were twigs. He looked over the side of the chair and noticed a shiny silver rim sticking out further than the tire and grasped it firmly. It felt cool in the palms of his hands and much easier to hold. Logic told him to turn the left side only, and he did, and inched his way from the wall.